everyone. I am live with you right now from India. It's midnight 12, so I'm super excited and happy to be the last. It's always good because you can skip a lot of things. Uh, so, uh, good part is that I'm gonna share today is that making money is very easy. A lot of people might tell you that it's very difficult. It's a very crazy journey to figure that part out, making a product. But making money is very superb, very easy. Only thing that you need to build is clarity. Okay, so I don't know how good you guys are, whether you are in the system, whether you are walking and listening to this, all of us. But a quick question, I just want to know at which stage you are, just to give you the language sync. So the only thing that you need to do when you're running your ventures, or in the meantime, you can type at which stage you are, or maybe if you skip, it's fine. I'm just trying to catch hold of it. But whenever you do your businesses, whenever we do our businesses, rather than we go in that way, it's more about building a language sync. So let me just quickly tell very simple fundamental for me. So if you see there are three phases: pre-seed, seed, and growth. I'm going very quick for first 2 minutes. I'm just wanted to build a language sync between us. So pre-ideation, ideation, R&D, POC, prototype, and business model comes in pre-seed. Alpha, beta, launch, execution, pre-series A comes in seed for me. So pre-seed means I should have a girlfriend is pre-seed. I think about what kind of girlfriend that I need is called ideation. Then I do R&D in my college, in my campus, in my surrounding, in my family to find a better girl to make a partner. It's called R&D. POC is, thinking in my mind that how I'll propose her, how I'll be friends with her, how we'll be in relationship, and figuring out the entire plan of process for them. And making everything and then trying to check whether this kind of concept of making a friend or making a partner or making a girlfriend is existing or not. If it is existing, then you have a proof of concept. If it is not existing, you need to build a proof. Then prototype is going and trying and proposing her or being a friend. If it works, it's a final product. If it doesn't work, then you need to make a prototype 2. In prototype 2, you can keep the same girl or change the methodology of proposing, or you propose with the same method but you change the girl, or you change the methodology of proposal, or you change the girl, right, until you find your best product. Okay, I mean, it might be a weirdest way of conveying, but this is how I built my sync. Being alpha is about becoming a girlfriend boyfriend, being beta is going in a live-in relationship, and launching is getting married. Okay, and I guess it is enough for you to explain at this stage. I'm not going more into series, but I just took a minute to share with you guys the language sync. So whenever somebody asks you at what stage you are, you should be, if you define it in this way, by understanding that I've just shared with you, then it'll be easy for the people who are in ecosystem to understand it. So jargons doesn't matter, but it's always good to explain somebody in a very simplified way where you are into. There are three simple ways, these things, problem, solution, and pricing. I'm not going much deeper into it. But there are three fit that we need to figure out as a team. One is problem solution fit. You guys all working on it or you have worked on it, but other two are very important, which is founder problem fit and founder solution fit. So whether you are relevant with the problem or not, whether you have seen it, experience it or not, and other side of it, founder solution fit, whether you have been into that industry, whether you worked on it or not, whether you can build that solution or not. So it depends on your team, your co-founder. I'm just going very fast. But when you move from a problem solution fit to a product market fit, primarily, it's during problem solution fit, it's all about us. What do you want to build? What do you want to do? What do you want to make? What do you want to price? What do you want to business model? Everything goes on us. Nobody can catch anything from us. It's full our autonomy. But the moment you move towards product market fit, it's not about you. It's all about what customer wants, what customer needs. It's all and all about that. I'll give you examples around it. So just as an example, because we are talking about go-to-market as well. But before that, I just want to build you the sync of the roles as well. No matter whether you're a single founder or two founders or three founders, there are 6 roles that you're doing by default, whether you like it or not, but you're doing it. If you're a single person, the 6 roles are done by you. If you are 2 people, some are divided, some are shared. So CTO, technical, F finance, COO operations, CMO marketing, CEO is executive, and CCO is a chief customer officer. Okay, if you want to run your venture very successfully with a longer run in time, these are the 6 CXOs that should be there fully on board with you till the time you should be knowing that these are the roles that you're doing. Now, if we check as an entrepreneur, and if we check that in last week or last month, how much time I have given to CTO, how much time I've given as a time as a CFO, how much time I've given as a COO, if you monitor it last week, last month, then you will be able to figure out that what is your weak point. I've seen a lot of startups not talking about business. And whenever CTO becomes a CEO, that becomes the toughest problem, because CTOs are very difficult to, it's difficult to satisfy them with the product development. They would love to build the product. So it's very different journey for all the CTOs to get into business, to talk money, to talk business, and all. Now, just wanted to share, it's about building a right business model, whether it's a B2B or it's going to be B2C or it's going to be B2G, it's going to be B2B2C or B2B2B or C2B. There are so many models that are existing. So C doesn't mean customers. C means consumer. So a lot of people get confusion there. So if you can figure this part out, so what we do is generally when we start a venture, we try to figure out. So we made a list of 76 business models that are working in the startup world very successfully. So whenever we build any concept, whenever we build any solution, we try to do the matchmaking of it. That if we use this business model, whether it will work or not, whether we do second business model that will work or not. So for example, if you are e-commerce, there are so many options, right? Where you do drop shipping and where you do marketplace, where you do aggregator model, where you do peer-to-peer selling, and there are so many D2C, and there are so many things. But if you don't know the differentiation between all this as an entrepreneur, it's very difficult to build that model for you. When somebody say what's the business model, it's not about writing very fundamental or very basic. It's about what are you selling, what people will pay for it, who is paying and how much they are paying for, and what's your model, right? And it's all about building different revenue streams around it. Now let me share a few examples with you. For example, one of the guy who is selling shoes and bags, and so it's all about you figuring out your customer. So when I was talking to him, he said that it's all about premium customer that he sells to. So then I was trying to discuss with him that same shoes, not much of a luxury, you create in a very different persona, and you're trying to sell to somebody. But how you identify your customer, how you reach to them, how easy, how difficult it is to do that. So he just shared with me that I go to maybe New York or any other city in US. I travel there. So the guy is from India. He lives in my city. He has a factory in Italy and India. So he says that I go to New York, I book a yacht, I do a yacht party, and I sell my products. So it's all about you figuring out your right methodology to reach to different set of customer. And I always advise to people, we do in our company as well, that you should have a different business model complexity. Now, when I say what is the meaning of business model complexity, I'll give you an example. So we were interacting. It's a very 1.5 minute I'll take to do that example. So we were discussing about there is a generation gap. Okay, so if there is a generation gap, we can reduce it by teaching elderly people technology. Now, when I'm saying business model complexity, we say business model complexity 0, business model complexity 1, business model complexity 2. 0 means people can understand. 1 means it's difficult for people to understand. 2 means it's very difficult for people to understand. But as a business, there are a lot of business that you might be confused that how they are making money, and still they are growing, and we don't know whether it is profitable for them or not. Their front visibility might not be profitable, but their internal visibility might be profitable. So quick example, we told people that let's charge $15 for 5 hours of workshop to teach people smartphone. Everybody says nobody will come. So then it's about you figuring out your alpha. Okay, so now once you have your own rigidity that no, I want to go with this, and as all entrepreneur has that rigidity or visibility and feasibility in their mind. So then I told that let's try to check in the public. So if we find 15 people, we'll do it, otherwise we'll not do it. So if you take a pressure of making the company bigger, you will not be able to take risk. You will not be able to be flexible. So as an entrepreneur, we need to reduce the burden on the shoulder to make the company bigger. Then you'll be able to take more risk. You can go much faster. So if you want to convert your early customers, you need to check the front end. So we generally do paid alpha itself. So we announced 15 people join in. It was a great program. We didn't want to do it much because that was not the core business. but more inquiries started coming in. People started coming to just learn smartphone, and we were thinking that people will not even pay $15 for it. And then what we did is that if you want to make more money out of it, right now we are making $15. Now what if I want to make $100 out of it? Same program. So we call it a gunpoint exercise. We do it very regularly. So when we say somebody putting a gun in your head and they are saying that you need to find a model to make 5 times 10 times money out of it by keeping the same thing, you don't need to change anything. So in the smartphone program, the same program, 5 hours, 15 people batch, nothing to change, but still I need to make 7,000. Then you can figure out a business model complexity. So we simply told people that I will help them to download everything like Amazon and Flipkart and all e-commerce, but I'll teach them one. And if I'll, transform the behavior of the people to use their product, can those company will pay for me or not? So same way in movie ticket booking, in flight ticket booking, in hotel ticket booking. And then we validated it. We were able to make more than $100 per user, and user is paying only $15. But once they complete the course, we are making $100 out of it. This is called complexity business model one. In same way, you can build business model complexity two. I'll take maybe one more minute extra. We are living in the world of advisors. We always have a question of what to put as a price, what to put as a business model. So the best thing is that everybody is advisor, and when you know it, utilize them. So when you talk to people, don't ask them that how much they are ready to pay, how much they'll pay. In fact, ask them that if you are our advisor, if you're my co-founder, how much do you think should be our MRP? So whenever you meet your probable customer, don't make them customer, make them advisors. Ask them in return what should be the business model. The more you'll talk to people, the better hack that you'll be able to find. And very simple fundamental that we are using it for a long time. I'll take 30 seconds to share this slide. It's last slide. Never sell a business. Always help your customer to buy your business. So never sell your product, never sell your service. Always help your customer to buy your product and services. And if you're not right fit, give it to your customer. You can win the trust around it. When I was in MBA, I learned sales. But then I realized by doing business that never sell, help them to buy. It'll be very easy pitch for you. You must do market research continuous basis. And the worst thing that you can do is doing a Google form or doing online market research. Never do online market research for the first time at least. Do personally. There's a difference between running away, switching, and pivoting. A lot of people run away or switch it. They don't do pivoting. They just run away from it. And a very simple last two thing, you should have 4 kind of mentors on board with you to take the business ahead, to convert the early customers. One should be the tech mentors. One should be the business mentors. Third should be the subject matter mentors, and fourth should be the strategic mentor. If you have these 4 people around you, it'll be much easier for you to go ahead. And always make your pipeline, understand your customer, who are your customer, first 10, first 100, and then make a pipeline of the customer. That is always helpful. And then start doing strategic networking and strategic initiative with those things. Yeah. Thank you.